Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome back. Well, thanks for joining me, Claptrap, but welcome back to more Borderlands Legacy. Claptrap Revolution. Last episode, we fought General Knox again, and killed him in a pretty one-sided fight again. In fact, it was completely one-sided, he didn't stand a chance. And we learned about a robot factory creating claptraps. This episode, we're going to shut it down. Because Hyperion, for some reason, have a copyright law stopping claptraps from making themselves and repairing themselves. Also, last episode, I just gave my ass handed to me to everything except by Knox. This is pretty surprising. But of course, there's not much else I can really say about this. This is similar to the Santa's Gorge we went through earlier. Just go point A to point B. There we go. Kill that guy. This area you can actually kind of speed one through. You just gotta be careful about it. First of all, get to the save station. If you don't, you'll regret it. Well, you might regret it. Now this skill here, +3 team scavenge extra items. That's for Bloodwing. I want to say right now. Basically, Bloodwing can get ammo, health, all the stuff like that. I've explained this previously. But that will just make it so you get extra ammo stuff. So Mordecai does have a bit of ammo regen. It's just that you don't really need it, because if Roland's teamed up with Roland, if Mordecai is teamed up with Roland, yeah, if Roland's teamed up with Roland, they'll have infinite ammo. Who knew? But with Mordecai, if he's teamed up with Roland, you don't need to scavenge. Not in the slightest. Now we're just going to speed one through this area. Oh, hello, claptraps. Just gotta be careful of them. They're all claptrap freedom fighters. I just want to clear out the area first because we're going to have a boss fight in a short bit. That's what we need, is to be attacked by both mobs and a boss. It's never fun when that's the case. Oh, they made a Dalek reference by trying to exterminate. I completely forgot about that. I've been watching a lot of Doctor Who lately, so I'm probably just reading too much into it. Right, let's focus on the boss. Yeah, Dr. Ned is back. But this time it's Dr. Ned Trap. But this time, well, he's the same as his previous fight, where we kind of dominated last time, but that was his Roland. This time with Mordecai, so things could be different. Well, he downed me this time, but I still win. Yeah, unfortunately, he wasn't going to stand a chance. Now, I don't think he drops anything in particular. This bitch is pretty quick. You can speedrun it pretty much. The only character I think that has trouble on this DLC might be Brick? I don't know. I've never done this DLC as Brick. I'll have to at some point. Would be fun. Another thing I actually recommend is rushing through this bit. They want you to hit a couple of generators. But if you rush through it, the claptraps will follow after you, and this place has a ton of cardos, so you could use it to your advantage. Although I'm probably going to end up dead here because that claptrap is smart. Yep, I'm dead. I can't hit the Claptrap because he's behind cover. Some of the bullets would have hit, but none of them did. But luckily it's a fast travel, well not fast travel, a save station right there. So you're completely fine. Once again, I'm going to recommend just running through here. There we go, get that. And we have the generator here that just meant to shoot. Okay, Blobby's back. Blobby does want to stay as close to you as it can. It's simply the way it works. So his AI can sometimes be a bit finicky. Which one says this is the first time? It's weakened at level 28 sniper. But that's another thing about the design of these Borderlands games. Sometimes the correct weapon to use is one that's entirely different to what you use, well, to what you're used to. Yeah, Blowing is quite good at killing Claptraps. They're glass cannons basically, so Blowing will usually one shot. If Blobby doesn't, then chances are it's a badass Claptrap or something. Nothing there. Gonna check out some transfusions, obviously. Get my health back. They do tell you to go to a specific generator, but they're all over the place. Like there's one right there that the game doesn't tell you about. So I'm just taking that one out while I can. That's not the correct way to go. Okay, Blowing can not one-shot regular Claptraps, but Blowing can one-shot suicide traps, so if you need to kill them, Blowing's your best bet. That's Mordecai anyway, so if you're little, if you can just phase walk the second they get close to his woman, they'll probably die to your turret, and it's brick, you'll probably live through them. Should do anyways. But now it's time to run back. And of course, same thing, you could speed one back. Even though the guy, I believe, is just one in this direction pretty much. You can parkour on the rooftops, but this area is pretty short. It's pretty much designed to just show that Dr. Ned was brought back to life. Because the Claptraps needed someone to repair Claptraps, but as he said, he's a doctor, not a mechanic, but somehow he created a factory to bring back the Claptraps. Or maybe not, maybe the factory is just here. But time to run back to Blake. Which I gotta say now, Blake's voice actor did a really good job. I never usually paid attention to his dialogue. But it sounds like a proper mission briefing. I quite like that. I've been through this DLC countless times. And I've never paid attention to his dialogue, I never thought there was a reason to. It's quite cool. Now, about 2/4 through the DLC now. About 50%, I think. Like, in terms of story, in terms of side quests, nowhere close. We'd be like 10% through the entire DLC if we were considering the side quests. Of course, same thing as before, I'm going to check the vendor in Marcus's shop. The Claptrap decided to just try and attack Blake directly since he's the one giving us the missions. So it's funny though, you can walk back in there and Marcus will just casually greet you. It's a glitch that has a certain percentage chance of happening. Not sure what the percentage is, but it does happen. There's a couple glitches in this DLC, but they're all based on random luck, I think. Like the Marcus one, for example. Sometimes he will just constantly greet you, and sometimes he'll greet you the once or not at all. And another glitch will involve the end of the DLC. Well, I think it's a glitch. Anytime it happens, it's usually a glitch to me. But we just need to kill the rest of the balance. I just want to check the vendor first. Oh, wait, that's the Crow's SMG, right? That could be really useful. Oh yeah, you can just turn the mission to Blake, so might as well do that. Stop stealing my intro. Sure, we'll on to the next area now, which is just over here. Usually these areas you're only going to visit once. Now you don't have to kill the bandits around here. They'll despawn as you travel. So I'm just going to leave them alone. Plus Marcus is a gunsman and we have a Hyperion thing. Hyperion representative. Plus, this is the Borderlands. Everyone knows buildings. If there is people in those buildings that have guns, so they could kill a Claptrap with ease. Claptraps are known for being incredibly powerful. Let's get in the whole stick. Let's go again. This chest first. Nothing. Yay! But now we're going to Scorched Snake Canyon. This is quite a big area, but let me just check how long the recording's been. 13 minutes. I can't justify ending the episode after 13 minutes. So, we're going to continue on. I mean, pretty tempting offer to be honest, being able to pick my paint job by becoming a Claptrap. I'd go rainbow, that's for sure. Be a rainbow Claptrap. Although he's more so saying just sticking a vein in our brains and taking control of our mind. But we're going to keep putting through, and of course, we haven't seen them yet, but here, spider ants. I believe they actually just took over the Forex. I'm not quite sure how they took control of a spider ant, but you can tell that they have like blue wiring going through them and stuff like that. So you take control of... Oh, there it is. You can see on the side, that's where the brain is. It's quite cool. One anime on spider ants. And now this bit. Kill the spider ants first. There's two ways to tackle this part. And I guess I chose like wave 1. Unless I travel back. Oh wait, I got a grenade. This bit's quite interesting. It's a sort of canyon where you have to figure out which way leads up. It's basically circling your way around. But there's another way of doing this, which I'm going to attempt. If I fail, I have to do this the normal way anyways. What you want to do I think is you want to stand here, something similar to this, and you want to try a grenade jump. If you do it right, like I just did, you end up right at the other side and you can skip all of that down there. And since I did that, I'm going to continue on. So you might actually get through 2 areas in this video. Depends, there is a boss in the end of this area. It's a new boss. Well, it's a new boss, but it's not a new character. We've seen this character before, but never got a chance to fight them, so you guys could probably tell who it is just by that hint alone. Oh, come on, don't be messaging me now. What? Okay. That's just something random. Oh. What's going now in this DLC? Days is actually quite good. Like, if you know how to daze an enemy properly, then enemies won't stand much of a chance against you. Just don't put any skill points in the daze, because putting a skill point in the daze to me is a waste. It shouldn't even be done. But continuing on through there. I'm going to do this area as well. Get these both done, because otherwise we'll just get halfway through and I'll end the episode of that. So we're going to try and get a double feature, basically. For, I think, the second time in this series it would be a double feature. There was something else where I went through multiple areas. Like story-based. I'm not talking about Firestone, because that's always going to happen, I think. Now I do like how this DLC pits you up against the robot who's always told you to, like, that there's always side quests, the one that's always giving you tips, and that is the one that's trying to stop you in the end. As you saw at the end of the campaign, Claptrap got hit by some sort of signal from Hyperion, I think. Got hit by some sort of symbol. Oh, not symbol. Signal. And of course, this does have prevalence in Borderlands, the pre-sequel, I believe, where they actually elaborate on this. But we will have to see, because I have no idea what order I'm playing these games in. I'll be asking at the end of this Let's Play, so don't worry. You guys are actually going to have... well, you guys are going to have an impact on how I play the series from this point on. It was good stuff for Borderlands 1. But at this point, the story is not all over the place, but there's details you get from different games. Of course, I already have plans for each of the individual games, like how I'm going to tackle them. So don't worry, I have that, but it's just what I'm going to play. As I said before, once the series is done, I'm taking a bit of a hiatus. I'll be working on other Let's Plays. Because it will actually sort of work with what I have in mind. Oh yeah, you will notice this DLC as well. All the enemies are working together. You will rarely see enemies fight each other. Like usually you'll see bandits fighting skags, Spider-Man, stuff like that, just to survive. We're not going to be seeing that much. Of course, as usual, take care of these first, like the turrets. Because turrets are always mean, and if they're protecting someone, they're even meaner. Because I am going to try and rush through this bit and hit the next station. You want to get in here. And there is a boss fight down there, but I do want to buy some ammo. Because the double thumper is going to be an amazing weapon. Choose against the next boss. I never elaborate on this, but you can buy ammo super quick if you press enter. I'm sure it's many times in other Borderlands games. But pressing, like, well, on PC specifically, you had to press enter and mouse click at the same time. But we're going to fight the next boss. And yep, it's still, we never got to fight her. And she even cut herself off at the moment she died. You guys would have seen fights like this before. She is a Crimson Lance. She'll be all around the place. She wants to keep her distance, but also hit you with a bunch of knockback and melee damage. So, it depends really. I had trouble with Brick on the Nox DLC against characters like Steel. So chances are I could end up dying to Steel, but if you land enough damage. Oh yeah, she uses a gun as well, but she doesn't use her siren powers. She has her tattoos, but I didn't state this, but she is a siren like Lilith. But she's not using her powers because she doesn't have them anymore. This is like with on Borderlands 3. When a siren dies, her powers get passed on to someone else. But it's strange how the person still has the tattoos. In fact, yeah, thinking about it now, that is weird. Because in Borderlands 3, sirens lose their powers, but they lose the tattoos. But they don't die. But Steel's powers would have went to someone else, so she shouldn't have the tattoos, but she does. But it's the first Borderlands game, you know? Can't really blame it, you know? It's the first game in the series that didn't have all this extra lore for it. Yeah, I'm gonna end up dead. I can't even see her. Still could be a bit of a tricky fight. Luckily there's a save station, I think. There's a save station right there, so we can go back in and fight her. But she is gonna be a bit of a tricky fight. I recommend game more grenades. Okay, I can upgrade my ammo again, which is good. Okay, so my corrosive launcher. All I can recommend is just hit her with damage. What I'm going to do is equip the fire balloon because I believe she's actually weak to fire damage. Where is she? There she is. Oh, but she keeps her health, so you can just go back and fight her. This isn't the case in playthrough 2. In playthrough 2, if the enemy kills you, they get their health back. I guess it's good for them on playthrough 1. And she, oh, I thought she was stuck on the thing, but she does dodge your bullets from time to time, so it saves her in that situation. But it's great you finally get to fight Steel. And we get to see what she does. She runs around with swords, and her powers were telekinesis. And she was able to build the key together. Sirens are known to be able to build keys. but Steel's the one that does it without having to make contact with it. Poor Steel. She ends up in that sort of situation where she basically just becomes a claptrap. But of course, she is known for being one of the worst video game antagonists because you see her and she dies. You meet her and she dies, and you fight her and she dies. Of course, I did die to her, but that's entirely different. Just want to get the chest up here, but it's been a bit finicky with how it works. There you go. Just don't fall. There you go. Some extra loot, you know. There's even some up there. I can may as well check it out. Once I check these chests, I'll end the episode. I'll meet you guys back in Mr. Bleak. Nothing there. And nothing there. There might be a stronger pistol in mine, but I kind of doubt it. It still feels a bit weird because we're near the end of the DLC. It's almost the end of this game and the last play as a whole, which it's kind of saddening. I want to keep playing this game, but I don't want to have to do another Let's Play on it. Like, of course, I will play it in my own time and get everyone up to max level, but enough of that. Up there's a whole ton of like chests and that, but it's better just to save quit. To be completely honest, you're at the back of Tartarus Station. But I'll see you guys in the next episode, where we make progress towards finishing up this DLC.